One is membership, the other one is investment. Okay? And we have an opportunity to move out of the traditional investment. So that's how we can see EPF now, where the progression is. Then I was doing the KPIs and strategic planning. Then from there I went to Brunei, spent 3 years there, trying to understand what is the next thing they can do there. After that I spent a lot of time in Sarawak. I think many of you know where is Sarawak now. We spent 10 years, spending 10 years, only one thing, only KPI. Because you have a dream, if you cannot measure the dream, remember there's not the boss, your boss measured 3 things. I cannot remember the first one. One is quality. The company Sanyi measures 3 things. One is quality. Can anybody pick up anything? What is the second one? The first one I couldn't, he was very fast. 3 things he picked up. I want to ask him to reinforce it. I remember he saying quality. I remember he says bottom line. Yes? Quality and bottom line is a matrix, a measure of the dream. You can have a dream. When people say, how do you measure your dream? Dream tablet measure, ma? It's only a dream. No. What gets done must be measured. Am I right? The tailor measures 2 times to cut his clothes. Do you know that? If you are a tailor, he needs to measure 2 times to ensure he got the right length. Then only he cuts. So that powerful is KPI. Okay? So I spent 10 years with the Sarawak government just on KPIs. Okay? Because what cannot measure, if you don't know how to measure, you know where you are going. That's what he says, you must measure your dream. What was the first one, Lawrence?
The first one is that you must have a dream. You must have a goal.
Goal, okay. So since that's the storyline of what he shared, of course, he says 20 of you here, all of you are very young people. It's a big challenge for you all to take to $1 billion business. You can see. Sorry, really. I'm asking you what you do every day.
What I do every day in finance. Okay. Let's say, doing some payments. Okay.
Paying my bills. Doctor gave the bills.
Okay. Yeah.
Do you know what's happening outside you? Do you know?
I know, but.
What do you know? Yes. What is your understanding of external reality? You want to share? Just now she said very correct. She said experience of users changes. What else?
Because I'm from IT.
Okay, well that's good.
External reality is the technology coming in,
Very
the new
good.
one, and then how to apply it. Because honestly, the people they adopt to new technology faster than the company, and how we reflect to the new technology because of the structure. So this is one of the area that in IT is a challenge.
Does it mean anything to your business?
Yes.
Does your experience, customer experience, anything to do your bottom line with the business? Oh yes. So what do you learn from here? Faizal, what did you learn from here? Was there any learning from that?
Yeah, I think outside mega trends coming, VUCA, everything like that. Yeah, uncertainty that is driven by trends.
Change. Yeah. So when external things changes, what you should do with the internal? What is internal?
That.
Your experience must change. What you did yesterday is no more relevant today.
If we don't move, we will still be here.
Correct. If you don't move, you'll be like Nokia. Kodak. So you see, what your experience of yesterday is only useful for yesterday. Today experience, you need to build on the experience. Today is a different experience. Tomorrow will be tomorrow is AI. You must have AI experience. Correct or not?
Yes.
So this is what we mean by that. We cannot stop external reality. Can we do? We can't. This is what strategy thinking is all about. When you're thinking, you have to think externally. You cannot just think about yourself, I'm doing 3 million, 4 million, 20 million. A time will come, if you forget to see the external, one fine day, you lose your business. This is what happened to Giant. Giant collapsed. They failed. When the COVID, last 3 years, and finally, they sell the business. Okay? And lucky, they were very lucky, their assets were carried out by EPF. EPF controls 30% of Giant. So EPF took back the assets and they sold the business to one man. But I'm not sure how this man thinks. He says he can turn around. He has the belief that he can turn around Giant. He did turn around Sogo. Have you heard about Sogo?
Yes.
Where's Sogo?
Hello.
Sogo came in with a Japanese corporate organization and started business in Dalam Tunku Abdul Rahman. Okay. After a while, they wanted to sell off Sogo. This man, who is a board member, company secretary, he saw something different. You cannot see, but he can see. That is strategic thinking. Others cannot see, he saw. He saw something. What did he see? He saw in Sogo, they sell a lot of branded products. Then he also saw a lot of customers come, see, go back. See, go back. Customers don't have enough capacity to buy that product, branded product. He noted that, and that's observation. Okay. When he did that observation, when they want to buy back, he bought over, he changed the product line. He brought it to the segment in that market. So when he brought the product into that market, today Sogo doing very well. Because he changed the user, he tried to define the customer experience and needs of the customer. So that is what you mean by he seeing external elements and trying to change his internal organization. Okay, so this comes with experience, this comes with knowledge, feelings, and so forth and so forth. So what we are going to learn in the understanding of the strategic thinking is when you do thinking strategically, you must see the big picture. You need to see external reality. Our friend Faisal said very good. VUCA, he's talking about uncertainties. She's talking. Job is just fulfilling job that is operational. Do what you're told to do. That is operational.
Sometimes there's a people, at this stage, my job is just to be a tutor, so I just do it.
I would suggest you must
They
take
will
it.
not be anymore.
You'll be like Nokia. If you are a doer, you'll be like a Nokia. You'll be like Kodak. Because they were doers. Okay? Yes, Fred.
To be factual.
It's same like a critical thinking. So you can see whether assumption against biasness. That's good. Yes?
To be more, knowledge, more knowledge, and then more curious about the future.
Very good. More curious what's happening around us.
Yes.
Okay. Not just allocation of fund
Yes.
and reporting
No.
who spent much, how much they spend. Yes,
The goal is to maybe better draft their strategy planning for
oh, that's good. To have more clarity in your strategic planning. Oh, that's very good. Okay. More open, more creative, so that the strategic plan makes more value, right? Yes.
to really understand what is critical. I know I have something critical. What critical thinking is in my mind. Maybe it's totally different, but from what we get through.
The one you must have a lecture with your boss. Because critical thinking is universal. You go and see a doctor, he diagnose. Then Dr. Mohan says that's critical thinking. You ask what a question, that's critical thinking. Okay. Yes, Lawrence, what is your learning factor here?
Okay, my expectation and really summation of critical thinking
and maybe this is jumping the gun, is that there are 3 steps in critical thinking. First, you must think ahead. You must catch the big wave. And then second is that you must challenge your idea. Is that logical? Is that reasonable? Is that achievable? And the third thing, and the most important thing in critical thinking, and without this, it will be just a wishful thinking. That is, are you able to monetize your thinking?
Are you able to monetize your create values in your thinking, right? Can you all remember this? He says, I like the one called the big wave. Challenging assumption is one of the skill of a critical thinker. Never accept everything what people say. Okay? Even just now boss say about all the dreams and everything, you must ask him a lot of questions. Okay? In what way do you feel that we probably can move to $1 million business? Do you have the facilities? Do you have the energy? Do you have the talent? Do you have the right process here? So you have to ask him, do you have enough talent to develop and go with that $1 billion business? So that is called challenging. Okay? Challenging information, challenging. I like the word he said, the big wave. Okay? Maybe we have to explain the word, what is this understanding of the big wave later. Just what?
For me, I think whatever I get today, I think I will apply, especially how to improve within my area specifically.
In business, you must take risk, right? So you need, when you say risk taker, means you need to ask questions, right? So the question just now you say, why not? Why not? So opportunity, obstacle kan? This is a hindrance, halangan, tapi dia nak cuba. Why not? That's a good one. Anybody here? How to connect this to a business? Other than this, asking why not? What else?
Not be so comfortable and to always know what's happening around you. And if it's a good opportunity, take it and get down to change it.
So it's opportunity, comfort. So what is comfort zone actually? In business, what is comfort zone? What is?
Every single day. To work every single day and just
Okay.
When certain operation is running and it's running smoothly, it's running by itself without the need of any other supervision. It's already one is done, so you can jump to another one. Start thinking about what's next.
Okay, quite closer. Please also closer. Anybody want to share? What do you mean by comfort zone? Changes. Doing things that you are very useful. Close the eyes also you can do. That's what you call operational mind.
Even if I don't work, I will still get my salary.
That's boss explanation. That's correct. See, he says, even I don't work, I get my salary. That's the beauty of government servant. The beauty of the government servant is come in, check out, still get paid. But private cannot. You must burn what? Must burn out. The professor died, right? You must burn out. That's the difference. So the word comfort zone also means every day you come and do operational jobs, doing what is right in front of you, and getting for instructions. No value adding. No value adding, not creating anything different. Hari-hari buat biasa punya kerja. So when you do biasa punya kerja, tapi you expect $2 billion business, mana boleh? Cannot, isn't it? If you are doing the same thing, you want new business, cannot. So you have to think different. Okay, you have to think. So the challenge in any businesses is you have to do operational excellence. Operational efficiency is very important because it's cost efficiency. You need to maintain costs. Cost in business is very important. Now, at the same time, you have to think strategically to look at and see what can we do different, what might be, what could be. So you have to imagine futures, alternative futures, to think about it. Okay. So this is the message here to say that the risk is there. You're not sure you can jump. You can try, there is some learning. Okay? So the fish has this skill called anticipation skill. The rest of the fish, they don't have the capability to anticipate. Okay? They say, kita semua ikut apa you buat. So the fellow ikut. This fellow swim, all swimming. Okay? This fellow got special skill, read signals. We don't know where the signal came from, but this fish can read signals. Now what is signals? What is the meaning of the word signal? What is the meaning of the word signal?
The train, wave.
Yes, what?
Train, the wave.
The wave, the trend. So in any situation you are in, any business, there is signals. Sometimes it's strong, sometimes it's weak. You as an organization, you cannot respond to these signals. You don't know the signal, you cannot convert the signal. You must convert the signal into information. Okay? You should have the ability to read the signal and convert into information. Now when you convert into information, then you analyze. This is strategic thinker. You see? This strategy is a strategic thinker because he is seeing signals. There will be weak signals, there will be strong signals. There will be surprises. Surprises mean you are not reaching a KPI. So one is KPI you cannot fulfill. That's one surprise. Okay. Two is there are external signals coming in. Okay. External signals coming in. This is called threat. T-H-R-E-A-T. Okay. You avoid the threat. You avoid the signal. You're only looking at operational KPI. You're looking at the gaps. Every day you come, you're only addressing the gaps. Okay. Failed to respond to signals. So if you continue to do this, then the threat, the disturbance, what you call the disturbance from here, the disruption from here will follow this organization. So this is what we mean by that. So you as a strategic thinker, you must understand signals, okay, and see what the signals are, so that you can convert into information. And when you have this information, then you start to analyze, to understand what is the emerging issue. So only then you know what is the emerging issue. Okay? So this is what the strategic thinkers do. So strategic thinkers read signals and convert the signals. Okay? They convert the signals, and when they convert the signals into information, becomes what we call patterns. There are certain patterns, or what Mr. Lawrence says, trends, changes. You see changes, you see trends. Whether you want to understand it and reason out the changes, or you ignore it. You know what I'm trying to say? Whether you understand and reason out the pattern, or you just biar macam ini. This is the behavior of human. One fella go there, the strategic thinker, this fella see, he understand. Dia faham apa itu, kemudian dia reasonkan. So reasoning, critical thinking, understanding, reasoning. And then he think ahead. Another fella, tak payahlah tunggu boss mari lah, bila mari boss. If the boss don't come, nothing happens. Oh, you have to share with me. I can't so remember, yeah.
It's similar to the homework questions.
Yes, similar to that. It's not only that, there are many other examples. Anybody can give some examples when signals are coming in, when surprise wildcat coming in. We don't just do anything about it. Anybody tell something? This goes to Bowster Plantation. Have you got this plantation called Bowster Plantation? You know, have you heard? Never heard, huh? You heard? Never heard? You? I know, but you? You? Or your boss knows? No, how come he knows, others don't want to know, huh? It's something interesting, you know. Now what? I'm telling you this. if you don't know what is happening, you cannot be in this business. If you don't know what is happening around you, you shouldn't be in this business. You should go back join government. Because government is the best business because they don't need to know anything. Because they just follow orders. So in this kind of commercial business, where he talks about 300, 400, $1 billion, you have to be quick and responsive. So Bowser Plantation is a very good example. This plantation was actually originally run by a European organization. Then it was taken over, mergers and acquisitions taken over by NKT. NKT is a company where all military personnel's dividends come from them. It's like EPF, you know. So this Bowser Plantation, they took over the company 17 years ago. The storyline is like this. This 17 years ago, the trees were like this. And after that, the fruits were like this. Then after that, the fruits were like this. After 17 years, the tree went like this. After 17 years, the tree went like this. All these things, they made money. They concentrated on bottom line. You know what is bottom line? What is bottom line? Now, what is bottom line? The boss does not mention bottom line. What? Huh? Now, what is the meaning of bottom line? Huh? I thought everybody knows. You don't faham apa ini bottom line. Bottom line means cost. Bottom line means revenue. Okay? He says RM, wang. Cost per unit. In production, in building, you have this is the cost per unit, right? How much cost per unit? If I want to build bungalow, 1 square feet, how much? Correct. We speak that language, right? This is bottom line. So bottom line is cost and revenue. So what happened is this particular organization, they emphasize on cost and emphasize on revenue, but they never talk about sustainability. Meaning they never took care of replanting. So the trees gets old until here, and we don't have the technology to go up and plug unless you use monkeys to plug, right? So that's why they landed up in $1.2 billion debt. PN17. So here came KL Kapong. The two brothers said, "No mind, we will help you." So the two brothers came, they proposed, they want to buy this particular plantation. And they want to take 65% of the major shareholders. But somewhere along the line, the deal did not go through. So what is the next solution? They ask all the taxpayers pay extra money for this year. The government going to pump in another $2 billion and settle this $1.2 billion debt. Who is paying the money?
Taxpayers.
All of us. The end of the year to pay tax, right? So no choice. Maybe I have to run away from this, not showing my accounts. That's why when you pay me, you don't give me a receipt.
No, we won't give it to you. We send to the Lembaga.
Oh, Lembaga. So this is a kind of things when an organization very comfortably looking at this and being there and just concentrating on efficiencies and you don't balance it with sustainability. This is the story of how businesses move. So businesses today, the word is sustainable. There is continuous revenue flowing through, cash flows. Then only the organization can be survival. Otherwise, it takes its own dip, right? So many organizations takes on this, and this is what we talk about strategic thinking. So strategic thinking means strategic thinking should have started right from here. Think ahead and do replanting. They didn't want to do that because they want to show bottom line. So bottom line eat up this one already. Now no more sustainable. So you have to be very careful in business. You have to be efficient. You have to be innovative. Two things you need to balance in business. Now,
construction on our own. Number one. because we cannot get what the contractors outside there give us in terms of quality, in terms of cost, in terms of timeline. Nobody could give us what we want. Contractors out there are just to make fast money, and that's it. So therefore, if we cannot get what we want out there, and we do not want to lose the control, we must do what the contractor is doing, and do it better. Number two, why we are going into this up to the level that we are getting our G7 contractor license, because of this. We do not want to be, I will just summarize this in this way, okay? It's a long story to cut short, that we do not want to be the slave of the contractor continuously. What do I mean by that? If you look at the value chain of property development, about 65% of whatever you sell, you will have to pay to the contractor. So who is the master here? You are helping the contractor to sell, to pay them 65%. We only get, after you reduce everything, profit margin is probably, if you're getting 20%, you're lucky, probably 15%. Therefore, by turning around the value chain, we are able to now monetize the 65%. We are still able to capture some amount there, at least 30 to 35% of this value supposed to be under the contractor. Now we can actually capture this and still make money, at least 20% out of it. So that's the two main things there that why we want to go into this. Of course, Rudolph talked about the team development. That's probably the third point. Team development means is this. Many housing developers out there, what is the difference between us and them? They are concerned about selling and selling and selling and selling. We are concerned of selling and being affordable by the buyers, at the same time reducing their cost of living. How do we do that? Whatever house we want to create, at least from our current development, we would like it to be in the category of affordable and yet fully furnished, up to aircon, up to bed sheet, pillowcase. No joke.
Yeah.
So, why we do that? Because we are committed to one thing there, that we are not just proud of creating job for our factory workers, but we also want to be proud of creating job, and at the same time, anybody who has work or job in KKIP will be able to afford a house. Factory floor workers earning over 1,000 a month will now be able to afford a house, because we lower the payment quantum up to around 450 ringgit per month of loan. If you rent a room, you will also need to pay 500 ringgit. Might as well buy a house. This is the value that we provide to our buyers. Thank you.
So who wants to book team development now? Because I want to launch another project.
What we learn from here, we just don't build house.